What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about the area of any triangle. So let's get into it. So we know that the formula of a generic triangle, when we're given both the base and the height, right? So it has to be in right angle, is 1/2 times the base times the height. And that's great when you have the height. You don't always have the height though, and that's why we're focusing on the area of any triangle. So these formulas work when you are given two sides and the angle between them, or a side angle side triangle. Similar with our sine rule and our cosine rule though, or at least the cosine rule. IB doesn't give us all three. They only give us this one. They like those C's. So they give us the one formula where it's 1/2 times sides A and B times the sine of angle C. It's important to note that all three of these, and just the area formula in general, has the sine of the angle, not the cosine. So make sure that you're paying attention to the formula booklet. But let's go ahead and use this in a couple of examples. All right, so our first example, a farmer owns a triangular plot ABC, where lengths are AB is 120 meters, BC is 240 meters, and they also give us angle B, which is 130 degrees. And we're finding the area of this plot of land to the nearest integer. So kind of ignoring possibly 3 sig figs and just rounding to the nearest whole number. That's all that means. So when we're trying to find the area of any triangle, again, using that formula, even though we're not given angle C, like the formula booklet would give us, it's just that we have to have the two sides with the angle between them. So a side angle side triangle, and that's what we're given here, side, angle, and then side. So we could either, since we have the formulas on the previous slide, we could either just look at this formula or these formulas and say, all right, well, I have angle B, so that means I'm going to want to use this formula. Or again, trying to just focus on what IB gives us is, if I'm thinking about this formula, it's the angle in between and the two sides that are on either side of it. That's it. So I just have to know it's 1/2 times the two sides and then the sine of the angle between them. That's all you're really looking at. So I'm looking at the area equaling 1/2 times one side, and it doesn't matter which side, times the other side, times the sine of the angle between them, in this case 130 degrees. And the nice thing about this is, especially compared to the sine rule and the cosine rule, there's no extra steps. Once you have everything plugged in, you go to your calculator, you input all of this, and you get, in our case, 11,331 meters squared, 11,031 square meters. Throwing sig figs out the window because they wanted it to the nearest integer. All right, so this example, they give us the area of this triangle is 29.6 square centimeters. They give us angle B is 25 degrees and side BC is 7. We're looking for side AB all the way over here. So we're going backwards this time, right? I know that the area equals, I can either, again, formula booklet or go back a couple slides, but it equals 1/2 times 2 of the sides times the sine of an angle. Again, the letters aren't super important, even though I know we're using ABC here as well, but plugging in what I know in this formula, I know the area is 29.6. I know one side is 7. I don't know the other side, so I'm just going to sub in any variable you want. I'm going to use X just to get out of ABC land, but that's what I'm looking for, is that other side. And I know the angle is 25 degrees. Important to note that it helps that, or probably is part of the point of the problem, that we're looking for the other side to complete that side angle side piece. They wouldn't have for side AC at this point because you wouldn't have enough information to get there. But from here, Honestly, depends on how many steps you want to take. You can do this all in one swipe. If I'm solving for my variable x, I can divide both sides by the 1/2 times 7 times the sine of 25 degrees. Or you can do it in multiple steps. It's really your preference. I'm going to leave that up to you. If you're doing this all in one step, do beware that you would need parentheses around this denominator, or if you're in Desmos, just make sure it's all in the denominator, or if you're in the TI, use that fraction bar just to tell your calculator that you're dividing by all of this, not just one piece of it or something. But if I do that, I get that missing side is 2 3 sig figs 20.0 meters.